Thanks so much. Hey, you guys, are you ready? I got to get this mom song out of the way or people get mad, so I'm going to do it first. Here we go. I don't need them for this, but thank you. Here we go. Get up now, get up now, get up out of bed. Wash your face, push your teeth, clean your sleepy head. Here's your clothes and your shoes. Hear the words I say. Get up now, get up, make your bed. Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you wearing that? Where's your books and your lunch and your homework at? Grab your coat and your gloves and your scarf and hat. Don't forget, you gotta feed the cat. Eat your breakfast. The experts tell us it's the most important meal of all. Take your vitamins so you will grow up one day too. Be big and tall. Please remember the orthodontist will be seeing you at 3 today. Don't forget your piano lesson is this afternoon, so you must play. Don't shovel. Chew slowly, but hurry. The bus is here. Be careful. Come back here. Did you wash behind your ears? Play outside. Don't play rough. Would you just play fair? Be polite. Make a friend. Don't forget to share. Wait your turn. Work it out. Never take a dare. Get along. Don't make me come down there. Clean your room. Close your stuff away. Make your bed. Do it now. We don't have all day. Were you born in a barn? Would you like some hay? Can you even hear a word I say? Answer the phone. Get off the phone. Don't sit so close. Turn it down. No texting at the table. No more computer time tonight. Your iPhone's my iPhone if you don't listen up. Come on, y'all. We're going in with whom and what time do you think you're coming home? Saying thank you, please, excuse me, makes you welcome. Everywhere you roam, you'll appreciate my wisdom someday when you're older and you're grown. Can't wait till you have a couple little children of your own. You'll thank me for the counsel I gave you so willingly. But right now, I thank you not to roll your eyes at me. Close your mouth when you chew. We appreciate. Take a bite, maybe 2 of the stuff you hate. Do the work deferred. I take you straight. Eat the food I put upon your plate. Get an egg at the door. Get smart with me. Get a grip. Get in here. I'll count 2, 3. Get a job. Get a life. Get a PhD. Get a dose of. I don't care who started it. You're grounded until you're 36. Get your story straight and tell the truth for once, for heaven's sakes. And if all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you jump too? If I've said it once, I've said at least 1,000 times before that you're too old to act this way. It must be your father's DNA. Look at me when I am talking. Stand up straighter when you walk a place. For everything and everything must be in place. Stop crying or I'll give you something real to cry about. Oh, brush your teeth, wash your face, get your PJs on, get in bed, get a hug, say a prayer with mom. Don't forget, I love you. And tomorrow we will do this all again because a mom's work never ends. You don't need the reason why. Because. I said so, I said so, I said so, I said so. I'm the mom, the mom, the mom, the mom, the mom. Ta-da! I don't need water, I need oxygen. Like what? All the mamas in the house said amen, yes? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I wrote that song like maybe 13 years ago now. I want to say 12, but it might be 13. And if I'd known I would still be singing it 13 years later, I would have written like a lot less words. That would have been so much smarter. But when I wrote it, YouTube was like very, very infancy back then. And so my kids, I had one in elementary, one in junior high, and one just starting high school, and they said, Mom, you got to put that on YouTube. I think people would like that. I was like, what's YouTube? And they're like, lame. I'm like, whatever. So I put it up, and they said, you got to leave it up there. I was just going to take it down. I was putting it up for Mother's Day. I didn't understand how YouTube worked. And so somehow over the summer and by maybe like fall, it had gone over 1 million, which was the first time back then that women had shared something virally in the 30 to 55 age group. So I'm like, in the tech journals of history, of whatever. But then I got to go on Good Morning America. Diane Sawyer's producer saw it. And then I got to do a sitcom pilot for ABC. The Lord just opened up a lot of doors. But here's what happened. We got emails from moms around the world saying, basically in any language, thank you for recording this song because now my kids know I'm not the only crazy one. So that was very satisfying. But we also got emails from the dads, and they're like, well, where's the dad song? What about us? And I'm like, what about you? I mean, I'm sorry, it's not the same experience. Dad experience, mom experience, not the same. And the only way I'm from Texas, so I'm going to use an agricultural reference, but
this is the only way I know to describe the difference between the mom and the dad experience. It's the difference between like a chicken and a pig in the breakfast scenario. One of these entities gave a small one-time donation, and the other gave their life. Am I right, moms? It's like you can't compare those. And the other problem was I didn't know what dad said when they were left alone with the kids, right? So we had to kind of form focus groups to figure out what the dad phrases equivalents were. So we did focus groups. We wrote it all down. I tried to make it rhyme. And so in the interest of fairness and equal time for the tech dudes that are here today, here is the dad version of that same song. Here we go. Ask your mom. Ask your mom. Ta-da! I know. It's hilarious. I know. So almost 13 years ago, one of the most wonderful things happened to me. I became a grandma for the first time. Where are my grandmas? Grandmas in the house. Yes. These people know. Because grandkids are way better than kids. They haven't proved it scientifically, but apparently greatness skips a generation, and so that makes me and the grandkids the best. So those of you who aren't grandmas yet, just let me just tell you, right now you think your kids are the best thing ever. They're your arts and crafts, right? These are my kids. They're awesome. Then one day you're going to have a grandkid. You're going to look back at your own kids, and you're going to think, maybe just a little substandard. I don't know. You don't really have the correct grid, but they're awesome. And so to complete the trifecta, here's the grandma version of that same song. Here we go. Whatever you want. Am I right, grandmas? You know. Y'all know that's the truth. That is the stone cold truth. Well, hey, everybody. It's so good to be here, wherever we are. I came into San Francisco. They drove me blindfolded. I don't know. It's very nice. I'm here to be happy to be right here in the Beach Boys living room. This is wonderful. I don't know if these are supposed to be surfboards. It seems like this one is XL. I would feel safe on that one. And over here, I'm so glad to be at this church where they have an aquarium for the drummer. I don't know if they installed that during COVID so he would feel very safe, or like a sneeze guard at the Western Sizzlin'. I don't know what that is, but it makes me feel... I was born in 62. Do the math. I turned 60 a month ago. Yeah. Girl, we're keeping it together, but let me tell you, there are many parts now that are not certified by J.D. Powers for reliability. I'm just trying to keep a sneeze above the waist these days. That's where I'm at. But this, I feel like I missed out on all of this because I was born in 62. So by the time I was 8, it was the 70s, and my mom was not letting me do anything at 8 years old. So I feel like I missed it the first time, but I'm happy to be here getting it this time. Very exciting. Here also with the many, many campuses that are watching. Hey, y'all. I hope they're using the younger, thinner, blurrier cameras. That would be so good. Anyway, so glad to be here. I was also going to talk about the weed vases. I need to tell you, coming here from Texas, I didn't know what they were about to break out at the open Bible churches. But when she said it was the weed I love you vase, was like, what do you put in it and do you light it? I don't know what the rules are at this church, but I'm digging the vibe. It seems you're open about more things than the Bible seems like to me. That's illegal in my state. so far, I'm sure we're not far behind. Also, if we might, because I think she's gone. Is Crystal gone? She's not here anymore, right? Yeah, let's talk about her. She's gone. I walked in this morning. I flew in late last night, but I walked in this morning, and she was up here teaching the Bible, and I was trying to hear the words that were coming out of her mouth, but she had her shirt tucked in to the jeans, and it wasn't ironic. It was beautiful. And I'm like, I've been wondering, because I feel like the Lord and now I feel like maybe Crystal's involved in this deal, where I am holding someone's water on my body for them. And like they are holding my glorified body on theirs. And when I walked in this morning, like there she is. Like she had guns and all kinds of stuff. Guns, not. We're both from Texas. I know how you would get that misconstrued. But do you not already feel completely filled up from the glory truth bomb she was dropping everywhere? Like, I was like, girl, stop. I can't write that fast. I mean, she was just laying it down. What a blessing. And then to see the beautiful pottery on the wheel. See, like, and I'm thinking about that verse in Romans 9. I'm a pastor's wife, but I don't know where stuff is, so just Google it. But there's a verse that says, does the clay say to the potter, why'd you make me like this? And when she was saying that God fashions us as he wants us, and so we look in the mirror and we look on Instagram and then we compare and we say to God, why did you make me like this? I need everybody to thank God for the way he made you right now. Just thank God for the way he made you. Don't look at that potter and say, you are cray, potter, because God don't like that, right? We need to say, thank you, God, for these body parts that work. Mostly. Less and less every week, but all right. Janky, J.D. Powers, signified body parts is what I've got. Anyway, okay, so I want to find out if my people are here today. My people would be everybody over 50. Where's the over 50? Hands up, hands up. Over 50? Yes. And did you hear that? Woo! These are the happiest people in this room. And you know why? We don't give a rip no more. Am I right, y'all? You can't make us care. You can't make us suck our stomachs in. We have done that for about 40 years in a row. Done. Write it down. It's not going to happen. We're not going to suck. You know what? We found the secret to life is apparently you can buy maternity clothes indefinitely. You just get something that feels good and you just stay in it till Jesus calls you home. That's our plan. We're not wearing anything that sucks it in for us neither. Those of y'all in your 30s and 40s wearing them Spanx and whatever those suck 'em up things are, you listen to me. They don't work the way you think they do. You think they are controlling your fat. They are displacing your fat. You know, because there's always some either left over up here or down here. When you pull them up, something either gets stuck or lets loose. That is displacing. That is not controlling. And if you wear those for a full decade and that fat keeps getting pushed down on your kneecap, after a while it surrenders and says, oh, is that where you want me to go? All right. I'll just settle in right there then. And if you push down on that knee long enough, it makes little divots and little parentheses. And look right here. It's like tiny baby cherub faces got stuck inside your knee. Do y'all see that? Little baby angels on your kneecaps. And you know what? Now that you've seen that, you can't unsee that. You're going to see somebody at the Target tomorrow afternoon, and they're going to be wearing shorts. You're going to look down, you're going to see those little angels, and you're going to think of me. It's going to be awesome. Listen, but women in their 50s don't worry about things that younger women do. We don't worry about, like, do we have anybody here that's like in the teens, 19, 18, 17, or right here? God bless. These girls, when they get ready to leave that dark Target parking lot at night, they already got 911 dialed up on that phone. And they are scanning their surroundings to see if somebody might get them. Because let's be honest, if you're cute and young, somebody might want to get you. But if you're over 50, we just living our life with joy because we are practically unabductable, is all I'm saying. Ain't nobody ready for this jelly. Nobody. We're hard to grab in the first place. Can't shove us in a back seat of anything. We're cranky and need medication. They're like, how about, no, let's just leave her. She's good. Let's leave her. Let's leave her. Over 50s, are you just happy to be alive and thankful that God gave you breath in your body today? Your janky old body. Thank God. Yeah, y'all that are younger, just get ready because your body stops handling different stuff every year. Like that caffeine that you're just throwing back, there'll be a day that'll be, your heart will be flippy floppy. You'll be like, oh no, I can't do that anymore. And then every week after that, there's something you can't do anymore. So just get ready. It's coming. But you know, the other part is that you're so happy you don't care because you woke up this morning, right? All good. What about my 40s and 30s? Where are my 40s and 30s? I know why y'all are glad to be here because your children are not here. Am I right? You didn't care what this conference was about. You didn't care who was on the program. You're like, are my children have to stay home that day? Yes, Jesus. I hear you. You bought, thank God. Thank God. You're training up right, girl. But I pray for those of you in your 40s and 30s because you had to leave cross-referenced lists at home before you left so no one would die in your absence. That's how important you are. When you're in your 50s, 60s, you leave home, hey, don't tell anybody. You just leave. You walk out. They haven't noticed you're gone. They don't send out the police. They assume you're at Hobby Lobby. Where we buy things to make crafts, we just don't make crafts. The buying of the things to make the crafts is the actual hobby, right? All good. All good. So happy. Okay, so 40s and 30s, God bless. 20s, we're 20s, sneaking up into 30s, millennials. And where is I don't know where the dividing line, I'm going to ask you, you look really smart. Gen Z and millennials, like what's the dividing line? You don't know either. Okay, great. If you don't know, we don't know. I think my adult kids, they're in their 30s. So I think they're millennials, and I think everybody like under 25 is maybe a Gen Z. Like we've run out of letters. Jesus has to come now. We have no more. No Gen X, Gen Ys, and Gen Z. Yeah, so y'all Gen Zers, just run up those credit cards. You'll never have to pay them. Go ahead. The Lord is coming back. You'll just look good until then. No, my kids fall into the millennials group, and I love them, but they're a little different. Those of you who raised millennials, hands up if you love them but you don't get them. Is that, yeah, because my kids, I felt like we were transferring all of the good values to them, and instead they just do weird stuff. Like, they're minimalist. Do you know about? Yes. They wanna buy tiny houses, I believe. Have you seen these on TV? So they can't have any stuff to go in the small house. So we are minimalist too. When we got married, we called that poor. But so they don't want your Hummels. They don't want Mamaw stuff. They don't want nothing you got. Unless it's mid-century, which we threw out because we thought that was dumb, but they want that. Anyway, so they had a meeting. Okay, my 3 adult kids had a meeting about me without me. And they elected my oldest son as the spokesperson for their union. So he came to me and said, Mom, we decided. Now, that means I know they were talking about me, right? We decided this Christmas we don't want things for Christmas, we want experiences. So I thought about it. That year, I gave them nothing for Christmas. And I said, here, it's the experience of disappointment. I hope you enjoy that experience. They want to get married in barns with no air conditioning, which isn't as big a problem here in Texas. It's a problem. They only eat superfoods. Now, I know we're out West Coast, and y'all are all about the quinoa and the kale and the nut milk. Nut milk sounds like a worst-case scenario. You're stuck on an island. There's no cow. I don't even know how you milk a nut, to be honest. And so, but I feel like part of the reason is they got to keep it lean because they're in the tiny house. They get no room. And those tiny houses all have the same floor plan. Have you seen that show on DIY Network where they have, what is it called? Tiny House Nation, something like. Yeah, my daughter and I were watching that one time. She said, "Oh, those are so nice, little tiny houses." I was like, "I think they're mobile homes." She said, no, they're tiny houses. I said, "Do they have wheels? That means they're mobile, okay?" She's like, no, it's something completely different. I said, "Well, how about we just kick the blocks out from under it in the middle of the night, see where it winds up the next day, and you'll know it's a mobile home." But if you walk in, the first floor is all the same. They're all the same. You walk in, here's the living room, dining room, composting toilet room. I mean, it's just all right there. And always the bedrooms are up. Have you noticed on a loft? Which makes them inconvenient for people like me that have had knee surgery. So, that's not a good idea. But honestly, I don't know how you have a proper marital argument in a tiny home. If my husband and I, by the way, we don't call them arguments anymore. We've been married 40 years, so we now call them periods of intense fellowship. If we're having one of those, I need something to slam and somewhere to go so he knows I mean what I'm saying, right? How do you do that in a tiny house? You're like, "Oh, I'm so angry at you." Doesn't make any sense. So you have to go up this loft to sleep. Now, if you watch the show, when the millennials get to the top of the stairs for the big reveal, they're like, "Oh, it's so huge, it's so big." I'm like, "For what? You can't sit up to read a book. I don't know how you do extracurricular activities in the tiny loft." But it wouldn't work for me and my husband because one of the ends is open to the living room. And at night, because of my age, my temperature goes like this all night long. And I use this leg to regulate by coming in and out of the covers. I call this my legulator, okay? And there's 100% chance I get real hot and I kick real hard. I could end up in the living room and have no idea how I got there, right? It'd be like one of those crazy dreams where you feel like you're falling, except you actually are. So I would have to put my husband in the opening, right? He would have to be the speed bump. I'd have to be on this side, which means at least twice during the night, ladies my age and older, you know what I'm saying, at least twice, I have to get over Mr. Speed Bump, down the stairs to the composting area, back up and over. 2 hours later, same journey, back. And let's be honest, there's not a man in America who would not misinterpret that move. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nobody got time for that, am I right? Right. So during COVID, I feel like, you guys, let's be honest, y'all had it way worse than everywhere else. And I'm not saying anything about your governor, but he's really cautious, so. Sorry, y'all had to stay at home forever and ever. But we all got to watch a lot of Netflix, some crazy stuff we should have never watched, but we did because we were bored. I'm not looking at anybody about Tiger King, but you know who you are. But some great things came out during the pandemic to watch. And there was a movie musical by Hugh Jackman called The Greatest Showman. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I have the spiritual gift of ruining every song you've ever truly loved So I kind of rewrote some of the songs from there. So this will be a medley of songs from The Greatest Showman, and your job is to clap in between and laugh all you want to. So here's my version of songs from that movie musical. Here we go. Ladies, admit it, we got questions we need answers for. Been searching all our lives ever since the day we're born. And deep in our mind, there are questions we can't ignore. Why am I here? What's going on? Who are these kids and why do they call me mom? Why are my limbs just no longer limber? Why are there no passwords that I can't remember? Why does fat come on so fast but leave me so slow? Why is my metabolism set to 0? Why are pickle jars and packages so hard to open? Why do hormones always seem to hijack my emotions? Why's my balance at the bank account never holding quite enough dough? This is stuff we want to know, yeah. If autocorrect is so swell, why can't it guess the word that I want to spell? Why do men kick their underwear straight up in the air? Yeah. This is something we want to know. Why does leg hair grow in so fast? Should I shave a pluck or should I wax? Why has gravity taken over me? Yeah, this is stuff we want to know, right? I'm standing over here by the screen so the other people can see the video. Whenever night begins to fall, I want to let go of it all and have a dream or two. I need to sleep 'cause I am tired, but my crazy brain is too wired. It's pure futility. I try to close my eyes, but see mental hyperactivity. And every night I lie in bed and make up lists inside my head. A million things are keeping me awake. It might have been the tea I drank that keeps me trotting to the tank. Or maybe it was something that I ate. I think of stuff I didn't do. Watch kittens playing on YouTube. A melatonin maybe I should take to shut down all this chatter for Pete's sake. Why can't my brain shut up and take a break? It's always a million things, am I right, girls? Come on, you know. You know. All right, I'm gonna send this to my people who don't like to clean house. I know there's clothes to wash and fold, dishes to dry before they mold, but that just ain't how I roll. No, no. So when my tidy friends try to put me down, I'm gonna shut the door, gonna lock them out. I'm not proud nor pristine, my house ain't no magazine. This is me, take out the kitchen's clothes, yeah. I got stuff to do and places to go, yeah. I'm no maid, I can't be, I make no apologies. This is me, look out 'cause I'm so done. Come on, y'all, woo! My daily chores just ain't no fun. I don't clean, I'm carefree. This is who I'm meant to be. This is me. All the carbs in 1,000 pastas, all the chocolate stashed in my nightstand could never be enough. never be enough. Those towers of cakes and peanut brittle, bowls with ice cream swirled, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough. When I'm hangry, cookies, pasta, chocolate brownies, pizza, tacos for me, for me, for me. For me. Okay, one more. Where are my people who love their caffeine, love your coffee? Come on. Get your hands together. Come on. You can't open up your eyes. You pull the covers up and try to hide your face. Your fears are justified. But you gotta get up and face your day. Yeah, you know you can't go back to bed because your people ain't been dressed or fed and they're screaming with their mouths wide open. When your world looks like a blurry dream, you need that hit of hot caffeine and you're reaching for the ibuprofen. When the morning comes too hastily, you just ain't got no energy. You need coffee till you feel like coping. Yeah! When it hits your brain, you'll be okay. Like a boss to rise and slay the day. Cause it helps us keep our eyes wide. Come on, here we go. Come alive, yeah. Come alive, yes. Caffeine's in that cup. Things are looking up. Come alive, woo. Come alive, yes. Caffeine is our friend. Helps us live again. Come alive. Oh, y'all keep clapping so I can get my breath. That'll be good. Okay. Y'all, when you come to a conference, I know you always want to take home nuggets of truth with you that'll change your life. I'm about to read you one right now. Get excited. This is from, hold on, glasses. Time Magazine has a website, time.com. And later on, you can go and look this up. And you'll see that I didn't make up not one word of this. I just copied and pasted it. So get excited. This is going to change your life. Here we go. Although hydrogen sulfide gas, produced when bacteria breaks down food, is well known as a pungent, foul-smelling gas in rotten eggs and flatulence, it is naturally produced in the body and could, in fact, be a healthcare hero with significant implications for future therapies for a variety of diseases, Dr. Mark Wood said in a university release. Now, I love that they use the word release. That's hilarious to me. This is the findings of the study. Here it is. Although the stinky gas can be noxious in large doses, right? Scientists now believe that a whiff here and there has the power to reduce the risk of cancer, strokes, heart attacks, arthritis, and dementia. Girl, you thought he was trying to gross you out. He's trying to save your life. And if you love your man, you know what to do. You just go home and return that favor. Because we know from insurance actuarial tables that men, on average, die 5 to 7 years younger than their female counterparts. It's obvious that we have been withholding their medication. I'm just telling you, if you love your man, you know what to do. That's all I'm saying. I found these. I'm going to sit down for a second because I'm hot and I'm tired. I found these there's a room back where they had me put my stuff and get dressed called the lounge, and there was a little tiny bathroom in there, and these were hanging on the wall. Do you know what these are like toilet seat covers, right? So I took it from that office, but they can put it back. I just think these are just hilarious. Number one, I'm going to use these. Which is really what you should use them for. They're very lovely to sop up. But my problem with these is Well, first of all, that they exist. Because when you're in a DEFCON 4 situation trying to get into that stall, and you are met with the option of these, and you're like, I probably should. I feel like that's probably the most sanitary thing, is to use these. And so you're crossing your legs, you're hopping, not y'all, but my age and older, because our bladders have been trained over many, many years that when we see a stall, our mind goes, congratulations, you made it. Even if we're not in the stall or we don't have the door closed, it doesn't matter. Our bladder's like, you made it, you're a winner. If those of you who are in your 30s, just keep living is all I'm saying. It will come to you. Okay. So I have to pause, and then I have to look at the design of this, which is this middle piece, which has perforations, here, here, and here. And I'm thinking, like, this had to be made by a man, because a woman knows we would have taken this out at the factory. We wouldn't have left it like this, right? So I'm like, well, obviously they mean for me to take off this one. Now, look, for a girl my size, not quite enough target area is all I'm saying. I feel like I should take more of my time that I'm jumping up and down and thinking of puppies and rainbows and unicorns, trying to distract my very well-trained bladder. But your bladder at this point is like a horse. If it's seen the barn, it's going to the barn. It's just not going to cooperate. So now look at what you're left with right here. If you set that up on the toilet seat, this is dangling down. And 100% it's going to make contact with something moist, which means now not enough time. Before, not enough area. Now, because in about 7 seconds, the water is going to come up through this very porous material and make its way. I don't think that's very sanitary at all. So I'm just saying, just use them to blot your face. Is all I'm saying. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Okay, so I want to sing a song. It doesn't matter that I'm telling you that, because you don't get a choice. I'm going to sing this song, and I'm not asking your permission. But the subject matter, it seems like it's going like right and left. Am I the only one hearing that? No? I'm still the only one hearing it? Great. I'm going to put it in my file under Is She Crazy? Yes. All right. I know what some of you are thinking, dear Lord, is there no end to her talents? What in the world? But I do play the piano, which when my husband and I were dating and he knew he was going to go into ministry, if you play the piano, you're like a high-value recruit for that position. So he didn't care if I could cook, clean, or kiss. He's like, you can play the piano, you're my girl, let's go. So I was a church pianist. I learned to really lay hard into the T, following pianist. It's a spelling joke. Don't bother explaining it to anyone else at your table. They didn't get it. Anyway, so this song that I wrote is because I feel like there's parts of our bodies that are underappreciated. Pots and the potter, right? So here we go. I know you've never heard a song about this before. I wish I could turn whatever that thing is that's going back and forth. It's just going to have to bother me because we don't have that kind of time. Here we go. Lots of body parts get good attention. Others only bring us angst and shame. Now, genetics trump all diets and preventions for this one body part that most girls do disdain. Now, I, for one, am tired of bitter feelings against this body part I can't seem to forgive. So, to my better angels I'm appealing to drop my grudge and really start to live. 'Cause I don't want to die angry at my thighs. I want to make my peace while I still can. You never hear guys gripe about their thighs. Gee, it must be good to be a man. Oh, just think of all the good our thighs have done for us. They've shown up every day for work, and so, oh, I don't want to die angry at my thighs. Lord, that ain't the way I want to go. I can't tell if y'all are into it or not. It's like, no. I feel your hesitancy because I just read about flatulence. You're like, we don't know if we can trust her right now. It's fine. But you're going to laugh. I'm a comedy professional, so I know you're about to laugh really loud, and it makes me laugh that you don't know if you should or not, so this is great. Win-win. I slap them when I'm laughing. When I run, I hear them clapping. They balance out my shoulders and my chest. Puppies like to pounce there, babies like to bounce there. My laptop has a cozy place to rest. When sunshine bakes my car seat, they always take the car heat. They're home to cellulite and stretchy marks. I mean, think about it. The thighs really take one for the team, right? If that all the cellulite and stretchy marks are up on your face, you'd be like, but look what the thighs do for you. I'm just saying. To cellulite and stretchy marks. They've always been there for us. They seem to just adore us. They're the gateway to our special lady parts. Well, they are. So what if they jiggle and do a little wiggle? So what if they even like to touch? We should thank them every day instead of wishing them away. They deserve our love because they do so much. Come on, let's hear it for the thighs. Woo! Come on, give them some love. Yeah. Oh, 'cause I don't want to die. Well done. Oh my gosh, you totally knew the next line to that chorus and you've only heard it one time. You're clearly above average. Also, that's hilarious that you knew that because there's worship leaders in writing rooms across America trying to think up a lyric that you'll remember what the next line is. But you knew that one. So take that, Chris Tomlin. Here we go. Oh, 'cause I don't want to die. I want to make my peace while I still can. You never hear guys griping about their thighs. Gee, it must be good to be a man. Oh, just think of all the good our thighs have done for us. They've shown up every day for work and so, oh, I don't want to die. Lord, that ain't the way I want to go. No! Y'all, good work. Turn to your neighbor and say, you are so smart that you knew that. That's awesome. Y'all, well, during COVID, we got a lot of new things thrown at us, not the least of which was online doctor's appointments. Did y'all do any of that? Yeah, around here, because y'all couldn't leave the house. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I didn't ever figure out how to do the mammogram on the computer. Did you just... I don't know if that would work. It seemed like that was not one that you could not do in person. Anyway, but this is the thing. I was so weirded out to learn that you could go like online and the doctor, because like I used to really dig going to the doctor's office before it turned into the longest waiting game ever. Do you remember like 20 years ago when you would go and you had an appointment time and they took you back and the doctor saw you right then and then you went home and it was still in the same hour? Do you remember? And now it's turned into, I think they know we have smartphones and so they just don't bother coming in at all, hardly, for a very long time. So you have all this waiting time in the doctor's office now. Once you go into the exam room, it's another 20 minutes. But this is what I want to tell you. I want to tell you, like, first of all, they tell you to take off all your clothes, which, I'm trying to say it's for a mole on my scalp. I don't. And they're like, no, take them off. And I'm like, this is a hostage situation. You're taking my clothes. And they give you that little doily to put around you. It's never quite big enough. But if you sit on that vinyl table that has the tissue paper cover over it for the whole 20 minutes, I can't tell you exactly what happens, but it's like the heat from your body, from the sweat, from the plastic, and then the tissue paper makes like a paper mache situation. So I'm telling you, that is a non-starter to sit there naked with a doily for 20 minutes. So I'm going to tell you what to do so you'll never have to wait in the exam room again. Are you ready to receive this life-changing information? So when she says, take off all your clothes, hop up on the table, the doctor will be here in just a minute. What a lie. Close the door. She'll close it on her way out, but then you go lock it, right? Because you don't want him to surprise you. So then you have about 18 minutes. Set it on. Say, hey Siri, set a timer. 15 minutes. So don't take your clothes off yet. What I'm going to tell you is just going to pass the time so great. What you need to know is in that room, in those cabinets, and in those drawers, there is stuff. Oh, she just said 18 minutes. She just set a timer. That's hilarious. Hey Siri, cancel timer. Why is she listening when I don't care? Why? Okay, so this stuff in these cabinets and in these drawers belongs to you. Technically, by virtue of the copay, it's yours. And I'm not telling you to take it or vandalize it. I'm just saying use it while you're in there, right? So if you're just level 1 curious and you're not crazy like me, you just take the stuff out of the cabinets, put it down into the drawers, and take the stuff out of the drawers and put it up into the cabinet. And then you watch that nurse who is alphabetized every one of those things, try to find stuff when she walks in there. It's hilarious. You're going to love it. But I'm crazier than that. I take all the stuff out from the drawers and the cabinets. I line it up all on the countertop, and I make a good 18 to 20-inch sculpture out of cotton balls, Advil, and ointment eyes. I'm just telling you, there's tongue depressors, there's surgical tape. You're going to love it. Set it right next to the sink. Then get undressed, unlock the door, whatever. Do everything, and then you'll just be in there waiting for the doctor and the nurse to try to have a conversation about this sculpture without any words. Apparently, that behavior goes on to your permanent record chart. But you'll never have to be left in that room again. I promise. I promise. Hey, Levi, we're going to skip the one before sisters, so you can just not do that. We're running out of time, and I know the people in the other towns, they have. Oh, no. We'll have another show, I promise. I'll just do everything, and you'll be like, lady, we've been here 4.5 hours. Please let us go. No, but I do want to share this one thing with you before I go. I want to teach you a little song, and it goes like this. I will be my sister's keeper. If you fall, I'll lift you up like a good underwire bra. While we walk this road together, He will keep us in His love. Turn to your neighbor and say, that was really good singing, girl. You got it. American Idol, The Voice, watch out. All right, we're going to sing that song together in just a minute, so hold that thought. But I love the theme of this weekend that we are chosen. Because not only were we picked by God, but then we were thrown into this life to be chosen by each other, not to walk alone. See, here's the thing. We get our guard all up. We get to church. We see our friends in the hallway, in the carpool line. We see people at the Target. And people, how you doing? Fine. I'm fine. How are you? Fine. Just fine. Everything's fine. And really, we could be like that pot laying on the ground in a million pieces, but we want people to just think we're fine because, let's be honest, who really cares? Who has the time to sit down and listen, grab a cup of coffee, bear each other's burdens, walk alongside each other through the tough stuff in life? But you know what, ladies? That is what we are called to. We are called to be there for one another and not just put our heads down and say, fine. But here's the other part of that. Some of us have the gift of oversharing. I'm not looking at anyone. I don't know any of you, but I'm just saying we're women, so we have a lot of words. And so sometimes people know if they don't hit and run with you, you're going to sit them down for an hour and a half with photographic evidence. So we need to learn not to just love each other and expect each other to be there for one another. That is part of our spiritual heritage as sisters. But also to learn to know that God knows the details. And our friends don't always have to know every single detail, but we need to bear each other up. So this is what I want to teach you today in these last few minutes that we have together, is how to do a stop, drop, and roll prayer. You know that thing they tell you when you're a little kid, like if you get on fire, stop, drop, and roll? Do y'all remember that? Was that in the 70s also, when I'm way outdated? But nobody stop, drops, and rolls anymore. They do? They still do that? Still do? Okay, this is a stop, drop, and roll moment for each other. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to buddy up in this room, in all the rooms, in the other locations. This is what I need you to do. I need you to get in a group of 2, unless there's an odd number at your table, and you might have to be in a group of 3. But I need you to stick your knees with your partner so we know who's together. So everybody, super quick, buddy up. Buddy up where you are. If you have an odd number, you may need to go to another table. And like the 3rd grade teacher, I'm going to say this does not require talking, but we're women, so we're going to do that. Okay, buddy up. You got like 10 seconds. Find your partner. Find your partner. Do, 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 do. Okay, once you found your partner, look up here. Everybody look up here if you've got your partner or your group of 3. That's fine. 3 is fine. I'm going to teach you a skill. Okay, you girls, put your knees together. Right there. I see you. Thank you. There you go. Don't make me call you down. That's not cool. I don't feel funny when I'm calling you down. Okay. All right. Okay. Eyes up here, ears up here. Here we go. We are going to pray for each other in the stop, drop, and roll way. So this is you in the carpool line. I mean, I wouldn't expect you to sit down and put your knees together, but you're just standing there, right? So I'm going to teach you a different question than how are you? This is a more spiritually mature, something that says I'm willing for a moment to love and pray for you. Here's the new question. How can I pray for you today? Totally different question than how are you? Because we can fake our way through that, but when somebody opens the invitation for us to be chosen in prayer with each other, oh, that's a different level. That's a whole nother level. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Now, this is going to be hard for some of you who are germaphobes, but I'm just going to ask you to press through. Can you just grab her hands? Like, even if you're super germaphobe, just like a pinky. We can all Purell right after this, I promise. Yeah, the president himself told us we were out of the pandemic, so stop living in the past. Okay, here we go. All right. Do you have a hand? Okay, so listen, here's the 2 parts to this prayer that we're going to do together, okay? One of you is going to ask the other one, how can I pray for you today? Now, as the person responding, whoa, whole new set of rules, which is you can answer with one word. Everybody say one word. Yeah, we're just looking for a category. Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your marriage? Is it your kids? Like, I don't know what the category is, but you know what that thing is in your life that when you lay your head on the pillow at night, it swirls around in your head. That's the thing I want you to reveal in a one-word category. Now, everybody, does that one word mean that you need to say more words? No, one word. Because you know who knows all the details of that category? Jesus. Jesus knows everything about that whole thing. Your friend is asking for you to roll something off of your heart onto her so she may then roll it up to the Father. And he knows all the details. So for some of you, it's going to be like very disciplined to just stay with the one word. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. There are women here right now who are they've already clinched up because they're not good prayers. They're not out loud prayers. Okay. Here's what I want to tell you. You don't have to pray anything massive. You don't have to use any big words. Here's the prayer to pray if you don't feel like you're a great prayer. Helper, 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 Lord. Amen. All we're doing, listen, I can get a hold of heaven on behalf of my sister. If you ask me to pray for myself, I know all my faults. I know all my weaknesses. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to come before a righteous and holy God on my own behalf. But let me tell you, if a sister needs prayer from me, I can get a hold of the Lord for her. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to stand between your sister's problem and God's provision and just lift her up right now. It doesn't have to be elaborate, and we're gonna make it be 1 minute long so that you can turn around and do it for the other person, okay? 2 minutes is all we're looking for. Now, some of you, that prayer is your spiritual gift. Girl, this is going to be hard for you. Because when you pray, you call down everything from heaven. You pray for every missionary. You're binding things in heaven and earth. Okay, listen, this is one girl, one problem, one category. All I need you to do is ask heaven to move on behalf of your sister. Are y'all ready to do something like that in this room today? All right. If praying's not your favorite, if you're not even a God follower, maybe your prayer needs to be, I need to know God. That's 5 words. You're allowed that if that's your prayer. Every other category is 1, all right? And we have people here who are ready to help you navigate that relationship to God the Father through his Son, Jesus Christ. All right, so what is the question? How can I pray for you today? Today, right now, this moment. What is the need right now? And how many words for the category? 1. And then pray for 1 minute or 30 seconds. It doesn't even have to last the whole minute. Then we're going to switch it around. How can I pray for you today? 1 word. Pray. I want every woman in this room to have been prayed for by someone before we leave today. Are you ready to do that for each other? Look whoever you're holding hands with and say, like, I'm here for you, girl. All right. Ready, set, stop, drop, and roll. Go. You can hit it. I believe. Can you start it again? Sorry, that wasn't the beginning. Yep. We're going to sing that song together that we learned. I will be my sister's keeper. Just stay seated for a moment. It's not just accidental that our paths have crossed this way. I believe divine appointment brought us here today. Do you believe it? 'Cause we all need each other, and we all need a hand. Together we can make it.
Together we can stand. I will be my sister's keeper. Come on, sing it. I will be my sister's keeper. If you fall, I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up while we walk this road. While we walk this road together. This road together. He will keep us. He will keep us in his love. Now y'all listen to this. When life gets complicated, doesn't it? Sometimes faith gets lost in fear. But sisters stick together through the laughter and the tears. And if you need a shoulder, I promise that I will be your friend to pray with you and carry you until our journey's end. Come on, stand up and sing it with me. Here we go. Yes, I will be my sister's keeper. My sister's keep. If you fall, I'll lift you up. Come on, grab a hand. Come on, let's sing it. While we walk this road together, he will keep us. He will keep us in his love. All right. And although our lives may look different, still we share one common bond. Our Father makes us family. That's right. And family keeps us strong. Our sisters keep us strong. Come on. I will be. Let me hear you sing it. Come on. My sisters keep. If you fall, I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up while we walk this road together. He will keep us in his love. Now, I appreciate y'all looking at me, but y'all need to sing it to each other. Come on. I will be, make a promise, I will be my sister's keeper. If you fall, and if you fall, I'll lift you up. Now, while we walk this road together, come on. He will keep us. He will keep us in. Come on, one more time. While we walk this road together. This road together. He will keep us in his love. Y'all get some hugs right now. They're hot like Krispy Kreme sign. Come on, get some hugs right now. Thank you so much. God bless you.